All right, everybody, what's happening? I am Joseph R. Wheeler III, the artist, the founder, and the president of the Honest Con Foundation. Welcoming you to another Honest Con exclusive for Honest Con's review via what we call our Honest Con Film Festival, talking about a movie on Netflix that is making waves, Rebel Ridge. So Rebel Ridge, as I make this video, is the #2 most popular movie on Netflix. I think when it first came out, it was #1. I know it's been up there for a while, for some weeks now. And I kept hearing about it. I kept seeing people talk about it. I keep seeing people do reviews about it. You know, I got a lot of friends who are like myself in the film biz, other actors, other producers, writers, etc. But I also got friends who are just serious movie buffs like myself, show buffs, you know, the bingers. And they kept saying it. They kept saying, man, this was, you know, unexpectedly good, unexpectedly good. I kept hearing unexpectedly good because there's a perception amongst some fans of Netflix that Netflix originals aren't always that great, that they're okay. Some of them are not so good at all. And, you know, opinions. People have opinions. But I kept hearing about Aaron Pierre's performance. He is the star. He is the leading man of this production. There's also the forever famous Don Johnson, yes, from Miami Vice, Crockett, yeah. And more recently, he was a part of the cast of The Watchmen, the newer series, okay? And yeah, and also Anna Marie Robb, who plays one of the local townsfolk in the film. So let me give you the backdrop on what this is. And you know what, before I get into that, let me break something down. So Aaron Pierre, who I've never physically met, but I have been connected to one of his projects in the film biz. First I heard about this brother when he was announced to be playing one of the potential villains in the, I'll still say, upcoming Blade film. I only say upcoming still because I don't believe that that is going anywhere. I still feel like this movie is coming. And from everything I've ever seen happen in the business, I think it's just due and it's going to happen. Now, with that being said, even though Mahershala Ali is still attached to the project and a few other people have dropped off, Pierre was one that I was hoping would stay on. But Aaron Pierre is a definite new talent to keep an eye on. He's got a hell of a presence on the camera. The brother definitely has the formula for Hollywood. He's handsome, he's tall. He's got a look that is distinct. Like, you know, he ain't just a run-of-the-mill handsome face. He's that guy that you know when you see him, oh, that's Aaron Pierre, you know what I mean? He's got the light eyes, you know what I'm saying? And that's a definite thing that makes him look a little different from the next light-skinned dude with similar features. That's just how it is in the biz. It's all about your look and everything like that, right? So, the way I say I'm connected to his career is he played Malcolm X. Yeah, if you missed that, go back and watch that. X/MLK. And what it was a series based on the lives of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. You know, right? So yeah, when you get a chance, check that out. It's really good. I didn't see all of it, I admit. I did watch, I think, the first and second episode of Malcolm's situation when he was growing up and when he became Detroit Red, when he was a street hustler and all that. And, you know, if you know the history of Malcolm X, if you've already read the autobiography of Malcolm X like I did when I was in high school, you already know Malcolm's story. So, you know, after Spike Lee's X, the film, it wasn't, you know, it's hard to beat that. To me, what Denzel did and what Spike did as a director and producer and putting that thing together was just epic and one of the greatest examples of Malcolm on film to date. Now, a lot of other people have had the privilege of playing him in different shows and short films and things of this nature. Pierre was very convincing as Malcolm, especially because of his look. Malcolm did have light eyes himself. He was the right complexion. And when they gave him the hair treatment with the, you know, the reddish brown hair, he made it for a damn good Malcolm. He played that role. Now, when they do a production like this, what they will often do when the actor's not available for these dress rehearsals they do, or these what they call fittings, they'll have the actor come in, if available, and pretty much they spent a day putting on every single outfit that wardrobe department has created for that project. Everything you saw that character wear. I'm talking about when they just, you know, at home with their family, chilling on the couch scene, when he was a pastor in the Nation of Islam, all the suits, when he was doing his street thing and he was, you know, all pimped out with the zoot suit and everything like that. So that's where I came in, right? I got a chance to wear all of those outfits. Yes, yes. I was Aaron Pierre's fit model. So fit model is, or fit double, should I say, fit double. So fit double is just what it sounds like. You're the double for the actor when they're not available because you have the exact same measurements as they do, more or less. You know, you may be off a few inches or whatever. Because from seeing this film, Rebel Ridge, and I already knew he was a big guy, but he's been in the gym way more than me. He's a lot bigger than me, I would guess. I mean, I haven't met the brother in real life. I know he's more muscular and bulked up than I am. But to know we're about the same size is inspiring for me in my workout because I know that I could look like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the exact same height, same, you know, everything in size in general from wearing the outfits. So like I said, I was the fit double for his performance of Malcolm X, and I got a chance to put on all the outfits from the show. And, you know, and that's work. You know, you get paid for that, of course. It's a job. But, yeah, I just wanted to shout that out. Shout out Aaron. I don't know if he would ever see this, and I'm sure we'll meet one day when it's meant to be on set, because that's how it goes in the biz. You meet all the right people at the right times. But I'm very impressed with this young brother's talent. I think he's incredible as an actor. He's got the poise. He holds the face well. First of all, I think he's English. He's another one of them folk with the accent that can flip it on and off like, what? I thought you were American, bro. Like, I saw a little quick interview where he was talking about the privilege of working with Don Johnson and how honored he was to be able to, you know, as he put it, get on the mat with him. And I know what he means. Like, you know, you got a conflicting character role partner, and you know, it's like it's sparring. It's like boxing, verbally and energetically as an actor, and I relate to that. And I love that energy on set when you got somebody you can trust. It's a safe space, and y'all can push the limits of each other into the characters. You can really go there and not hold nothing back and really make something convincing for the audience. And so, with Don Johnson being the seasoned legend he is, there's every scene these two are on camera, they are magic. But there's one particular scene in this where all I'm gonna say is the line is going back and forth about being a pissing contest. Man, when I tell you, they bring it. You feel me? They like yeah, man. Like, oh yeah, you ain't backing down. Well, I ain't backing down either. It's like, what's up? Oh, I was proud of bro. I was like, I know how hard that can be, and I mean, you know, multiple take after take, and you got to keep that same energy. And you know, you set a bar, and then you got to either stay at the bar or go above it. There's no dropping below it. You got to stay right there, because they're going to take all of that, edit it together, and make a masterpiece, which they did. It deserves to be, you know, at the top of the list from Netflix, and I really think he should win an award for this performance. I hope he does. There's a lot of people buzzing in that direction for it. Overall, the film, I would say, you know, it's funny, I saw another channel do a review of it. Seemed like a young brother in his 30s, whatnot. And I only mentioned that for a reference point, that in his presentation, he was pretty much saying he has a phrase that he calls movies on Netflix, a lot of films, they make lava lamp films. And it was a passive-aggressive way of saying that the movie put him to sleep at times, you know, and, you know, it's like a thing in the background that's meant for you to, you know, it's there, you know, it's in the room, it's beautiful, you might pay it attention every now and then, but you could be doing something else and it's just in the background, in the room. That's how he said a lot of Netflix movies are to him. Now, I'm just getting back to Netflix. I haven't had Netflix for years, and I just recently got it again on my, you know, lineup, and so I'm catching up on a lot of old stuff and all that good stuff that people have been talking about for months and over a year and all that. And I haven't been completely out the loop, so I know what he was getting at. You know what I mean? I've been over to friends' houses, they got Netflix, or I'll be out somewhere on the road and they got Netflix. Whatever, I watch what I watch here and there, you know? But what I noticed is he could be right in a way about sometimes how the plot will, it'll go in. I mean, there's ebbs and flows in any film, in any story, right? Some films don't have ebbs and flow. It's just all flow, flow, flow. You pull back for an ebb a little bit and flow again, you know? It just depends on the writing style. It depends on the direction. It depends on what they're trying to accomplish and what they do. He was alluding to the fact that he feels that they are, you know, making movies in a factory mind state, boardroom, algorithmic. Everything's about literally trying to make something that they know that people are watching stuff on their phones and on their tablets and laptops, and maybe they're not paying, they're doing something else at the same time. They're typing up a report and the movie's just on. So they purposely, in his opinion, he said he felt like they make movies to not really be paid attention to. It's just something that, okay, when the music goes up loud, the volume goes up loud on the dialogue, and there's an action, there's a fight, there's what, okay, you look up, oh snap, what's happening with it? And then you go back to sleep, so to speak, is what he kind of was saying. Now, for me personally, I've observed this and I know what he means, so I didn't completely not agree with him. I just feel that a lot of young folks raised in a generation of, you were born with a phone and a tablet in your hand, your attention span has been already warped, okay? So it's not even a fair assessment from somebody, I hate to say, but, you know, and this is not ageism, there's not a battle of ages, I'm just being honest about what I've observed as an older gentleman in my late 40s versus somebody in their 30s and younger. Hey, a lot of y'all that young just don't pay attention to a much of nothing no more. It's like everything is always battling for your attention. Your attention spans, it's something to be worked on, quite frankly. It is. It's something for your own mental health, physical health overall. And I think that while there are projects that I do feel are meant to just be on and not really be paid attention to, and that is a formula for some things, I didn't get that from this movie. I got that, yes, there was a point in this movie where it did hit a lull, and it did have me wondering what else can be said unless you get back to the main conflict, okay? So let me tell you the plot and stuff without giving anything away. Basically, Aaron Pierre's character is a guy who comes into a small country town on a mission to save his young cousin who's gotten caught up with the local law. When I say local, I mean local yokel like a mug. This is small town, Louisiana. It's off in the boondocks somewhere. It's one of them kind of places that don't even have the big church or the big courthouse in the middle of Main Street. It's just one of them streets that go through it. And if you know the name of it, you know that's where you were. And other than that, there ain't too much else to talk about. It might be a strip with, you know, businesses on both sides of what could be Main Street, but it ain't much of a town at all. It's one of them kind of places. And it's also got hints of obviously being one of them used to be and still is to a great extent sundown towns, as they called them during the time of severe and in-your-face racism, because all this still exists in many pockets. But it was the kind of place that if you were black after sundown, you had to be out of town, because this was during the time of just legal lynchings. You know, lynch mobs running around just killing black folk for nothing. So you got that kind of energy in this place. And it's generational. So even though it is a little bit mixed, there are some black folk in the town and everything, it's still mostly country white and mostly a lot of racist white. Now they do show that there are some liberal, progressive type folk in the town who are trying to see some change, but they are the subclass. They are not in charge. Don Johnson's character, who is the police chief, is like, may as well be like the head of the Klan, okay? Kind of reminiscent of his character in The Watchmen, if you know that plot. Yeah. But without super elements and stuff like that, it's just everyday people with a whole lot of really ugly corruption going on. And so what would be a simple traffic stop or a simple drive by the guy and leave him alone turns into a nightmare that makes for the rest of the plot of the movie. Pierre's character is literally on a bike with a headset, you know, he got his earpieces in, he's listening to music loud. He can't hear that there's a police car behind him. Mind you, he's on a country road. There won't be another 2 rolling vehicles, including the bike and the police vehicle, for probably another 5 hours in this area, because it's just that kind of area. And if you're from the South and you ever been on one of them back streets like what I'm talking about, you know exactly what I mean. That there are literally places where ain't nothing going on. The only activity on the road is a deer crossing or a raccoon or a turtle going across. And, you know, it's that kind of place. And the cop literally, I won't give away all of that. I'll just say he stops him very inappropriately. And him and his partner go through a totally unnecessary search of this man's personal property and put him through all kind of nonsense to the point of where he coughs up the fact, and I think this is in the trailer, so I'm not giving away anything, coughs up the fact that he has some cash on him. When they see the cash, and it's a lot of cash, they start questioning him because they think he's automatically, as a black man who has tattoos, but then they're reading his tattoos and they realize that he might be military. They ask him, he's like, yeah, I am military, but they don't dig too deep into that. They should have, because that was where they're going to lose their ass later. I love it. But basically, you know, he had a history and they weren't respecting any of it. They just thought they were too smart and too cool, and it don't matter what you are. We don't care who you are. You in our town, and we'll step on anything because we run stuff around here kind of attitude. So they basically push him into a situation where, like I said, he allows them beyond what's legal to search his materials. And when they find the money, they start questioning him. He tells them straight up that I'm coming to town to save my cousin who got caught up with the law. He's not a bad kid. He's pretty much just, you know, he got a little bit of a history, but, you know, you find that out later in other conversations. But he just was stupid and did something really goofy involving marijuana, which we all know is becoming more and more illegal in most states, and ain't even, you know, what it used to hold ain't what it is now. But with the way the laws are written, you got the right amount on you, you still going down. So that was kind of what this was. And you got a place where they bend in the law to their whims and however they racist ideals are any damn way. So he's coming to save the kid. The cops mess him up with that whole process, and he ends up unable to assist in that matter. I won't tell anything else, but I'll say the fallout of that, of him trying to just do a great deed by his family and save this kid, and things go a whole nother direction. Plus, the police confiscate his money. I gotta say that because that is in the trailer too. They confiscate the man's money, and according to the local yokel law, it was a legal procedure, but the way they did it was completely illegal. And bottom line is, he wants his money back. They refuse to give him his money back, and that's when ish hits the fan. And so basically, once stuff hits the fan, Aaron Pierre's character is off the chain. I really enjoyed the action in this movie. And I will say this, that was really the only thing that for me was mainly lacking. Yes, there was a lag in the story at one point, and you start wondering what else they're gonna do with this. And you're wondering why it's starting to turn into an episode of Law and Order. People talking about pushing paper and everything. After that has already been established that we beyond that point, it's ready for some ass kicking, because that's about the only thing these fools understand, right? And there were some moments up to that point to let you know he was fully capable as an ex-Marine of handling himself in the best of ways. And there's where it could have been a way more fun movie to me in that regard. Just on the sake of being an action fan myself and loving to see folk who are the villains in the film get what they deserve. Nothing is better. Yeah, do it again, rewind, come on, show me, you know, love it, right? And it didn't disappoint at the end. I'll just put it like that. For anybody who's wondering if there's enough for you to feel like you got your action fix, you won't walk away completely disappointed. You're gonna start wondering after the first few, you know, tussles and stuff going on, and checks and checkmates, but the ultimate checkmate is at the end, so it's worth seeing it through. Trust me. I went to bed on it with like 40 something minutes left on it, woke back up and finished it, and I'm so glad I did. It's a really well-made movie, damn well acted, and hell of a mood and look to it all. I think it's really good. Check it out. Let me know what y'all think. As with anything, go watch it for yourself. Don't believe the hype of anybody who might be dissing it, just because you know how it goes. When everything gets a lot of love, especially with a black star in it, there's those out here who want to shoot it down and dog it out just because they think something's getting love, just because a black person is a hero in it. Guess what? It's a damn good movie, and we deserve our heroes. Go watch the movie if you love good movies and great storytelling. Yeah. it's a good watch. Rebel Ridge on Netflix. HonestCon approved.